Give me just a second. Do, do, do. All right. Oh yeah, I wanted to adjust this to Music Monday. I'll delete that later. This comes up. That goes away. Task list overlay gets moved over here. Okay. And then 2, 3, 4. I'll delete these later. We'll say done. Excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay. I think that's that. Let's get this pulled up here so I have YouTube chat. Oh yeah, let's turn that down. Cool. Welcome, Poetic Son. I'm just finished getting set up here. Ugh. Oh. Okay. My wife is upstairs sleeping, but she's at that end of the house, and there's a little bit of noise between me and her, and I shut the door here, so hopefully I don't bother her. And if she does, I'll just pick quieter, softer instruments. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and assemble this. I was playing tenor recorder a little bit yesterday. I haven't played it in a while. Oh. Mm. Oh. But we are going to start off as usual with trumpet. Yeah, the I forgot I was gonna do something else before I came down. But um yeah, my didgeridoo is right here, and I have something going on with my nose, so I can't do the circulatory breathing. But there's a quick video of my didgeridoo. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is my up-to-date instrument list. All right. Oh, we're gonna start with scales, and then I don't know what we'll do with. Cool. What, the didge or the trumpet? The trumpet's okay. I have these also. I have not tried these out yet, so I think we will try these out next. We're gonna do this one. I made this one second. Wow. Hang on. Hang on. Well, thank you. Got distracted there. Felt like this was like a lot louder. I think it's a little bit louder, but I think the tone might be a little bit different. But with just a couple scales, it's kind of hard to tell. On my finger. This one. Okay, it looks like I did this one with 100% infill. Wow. That is leaking air everywhere. Is it just at the pipe? Okay, I do not like that one. I do not like that one. So these are different trumpet mouthpieces that I 3D printed because my wife bought the family a 3D printer for Christmas, and in checking things out, so being a trumpet player, I searched trumpet, and there were mouthpieces, and so I checked them out because where hang on. Oh. Huh. But they're different shapes, and slightly different shapes on the rim and the bowl, the cup. So they provide different tones, different ranges. Like you can buy ones that are specifically for playing super high, and but this is the one that I have had since I started playing trumpet, and I think near the end of high school. So after about 5 or 6 years of playing, I was like, I I didn't like my tone, and I was thinking maybe it was the mouthpiece, or maybe it was just like a year or two ago that I was like, I don't like the mouthpiece. I don't like my tone, and I think a big part of it is the mouthpiece. This is going to be a little flatter because it's cold. Hang on, let's see here. But I didn't like the tone. To me, it was off. I just thought it could have improvement, but I didn't know if it was the mouthpiece or if it was my technique. And so I found the 3D print files, and I printed this one first. And right away, I have a clip of when I first tried it, and I liked it a lot. And I can play louder with this one. This one I can play higher. So I think I will use this one like for bugling, that kind of thing, because most bugle calls are high, pretty high, because it's middle C. Well, what's written as middle C, G, C, and then after C it just gets pretty high, and so my metal mouthpiece is real good for that. This one doesn't play like the E and F and up right at the top and above the scale. It doesn't play it very well. But it played this and I instantly liked my tone better. On the video clip, I don't have good microphone and setup for. I got a bunch of hard walls and stuff. I don't have a good setup for recording music, and so I don't think it in the recording it sounded the best. But to me, oh, it was a world of difference. And I think if I had had a mouthpiece with this shape, this size mouthpiece, at the end of high school, I might have played a lot more. And if I'd had it during high school, I might have practiced more and just gotten better. Yeah, I think this one has like a more open sound. I don't like this one. Don't like this one. It might be good on the high notes, but I'll do that when my wife is awake or not at home. And this one's, I think it plays louder than the red one, but yeah. Well, when you think about it, so for anyone on Twitch, Poetic Sun and I have been talking about mouthpieces and stuff, but he's saying that it's crazy how much of a difference the mouthpiece can make. And he wants to try it with more with the trombone, but yeah, when you take a second to think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense because the sound for the trumpet comes from the interaction between your lips buzzing and the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece, just kind of thinking about it real quick, kind of restricts or allows different um, shapes and variations on your lips. And so with the differences in the mouthpiece and that interaction with your lips, that since that is where the sound comes from, it is quite wonderful. But let's put this one away for now. Throw the metal one in my pocket just in case. I'm going to keep that warm. We'll put the pink one away too. This one glows in the dark too. But I'm gonna play because I was thinking about doing Star Wars, but I don't think I will because it is up there higher, and so I have to play louder, and I would rather not wake my wife up. I hope the sound isn't really getting over there, anyways. But all right, let's go. All right. And if we have any special or requests for specific instruments, the list is right here in front of me. What time is it? I don't even know what time I started. Oh, looks like I started around 9:15. Cool. I'll play a couple scales. Let's do like 3 scales, and then because I don't play the scales very much. Okay, I've done C scale a few times. Let's do the F scale. You'll start to hear the limits of the high notes with this, because I think this next scale goes up to F at the top of the staff, and so I think that's about, if I remember correctly, that's about where this starts to be difficult to use. That's a fun scale, though. Oh. Yeah, I love, like I was saying, I love this. I played it, and oh, I just had so much fun, and I can really let it rip and get louder than on my metal mouthpiece, and it's just fun to just be loud and tear it up. All right, B flat scale, starting with the low B flat. Oh. No, dang it. Why does that sound weird? Is that just me, or does it sound weird? It sounds incorrect. Okay, going down it sounded fine, but that C to D sounded weird. Hmm. We'll play the G scale and the D scale. Ban you because you are a spammer. High F sharp. E F sharp's right there. F sharp is the middle. See, right there. E takes more effort. E, F, and G is what it was at. There's a Pokemon on Twitch. One last time. Okay, one more time. That sounded pretty good. That's a B, not a B flat, that I played. And we'll do the D scale. F sharp and C sharp. C sharp is okay. I don't use C sharp very often. Wow. Pretty interesting scale on the trumpet. On the D tin whistle, oh, that's not. Here it is. D tin whistle. It's just the standard scale. My microphone is right there. Let's play a song on trumpet. I usually play Star Wars main theme, but that's just high and loud, and I don't want to do that right now. We'll do this a little bit. Okay, so it's the G scale, like Star Wars. So let's go ahead and play that real quick now. Doesn't go nearly high enough. Goodness. Oh. Just play the music. Okay. And that's where that one ends off at. That sheet music doesn't have the whole song. There is. Yep. Welcome to the Black Parade. For a while, it was my youngest daughter's favorite song, and I found it for a trumpet, so I printed it off. Where's my. There we go. You a trumpet one? Yes, you are. Oh, nice. Chicken wings. Yummy. Mm. Scale real quick. Key of D. Yeah. Um, my daughter, she liked to just yell it. It was when she was like 4.5, 5, where it was her favorite song. She listened to it like a couple times a day, and she would just be like, "What was a young boy?" It was so cute. Um, I think she still likes it. She doesn't ask for it anymore, but it's fun. She really likes Laser Shooting Dinosaurs. Anytime she sees the thumbnail for that song, she is like, "I want that one." Oh yeah. Wow. I think I was playing that wrong earlier. Nice. I'm not used to that fingering progression there. Ugh. Oh, looks like some tarnishing on the pipe right here in between the valve. Interesting. Okay. Oh. a C sharp, not a C natural. I need to play trumpet a lot more. Half an hour every couple weeks is not enough. Excuse me. Okay. My goodness, come on. C sharp. Wow. Oh yeah, I got like an hour of sleep last night, so I'm going to give myself a bit of a break. Just remember that. Trombone mouthpiece for 10 minutes every few years. That was me. I'd play like I'd play my trumpet like a couple times a year, or like every, like once a year for a while over the past like 10 years. But then like, is it it's almost 2 years. I think it's maybe like a year and a half ago I started doing Music Mondays. Maybe a little longer than that. And I try for every other Monday, but I'm either, busy or whatnot. But I did notice great improvement, especially when I was focusing on increasing my range up to just above the staff, so I could play the Star Wars main theme, which does the high G a few times, and putting in, like 5-10 minutes every other week. Actually, I did see improvement even that much, with that focus of stretching the range. And for a little bit, I had my trumpet mouthpiece sitting on my desk so I could buzz it while I was doing schoolwork and stuff. Oh, okay. Where did I go? Oh, right there. Okay. So it's D, D, C, C, or C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, B natural, A, C natural, G, E. Da da dun 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 dun. B flat. It's notated as an A sharp, so throws me. Oh, right. Oh, we've got a Beautifly over on the expanding the range or the keeping the mouthpiece out. Um, Poetic Sun said some. That's a great idea for discipline. So I'm just wondering what my wonderful idea is, so I can have more great ideas. Let's see if I'm even in tune. That could be throwing off why I'm not liking some of those sounds. Bump it out a little bit. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I have been highly considering. Oh, sweet! I caught a Beautifly. I have been highly considering doing a 30-minute practice every day. Um, I think part of it might be just to procrastinate my schoolwork. I don't have schoolwork this week. It's my break week. All right, I'm going to switch instruments here. So if you have anything you want to hear, just please let me know, because I do like requests. Okay. Better. It's really funny because like my tuning slide has been like at like basically the same spot for since high school. Okay. Oh yeah, the scale was sounding weird. Let's try it now to change the tuning a little bit. B flat scale? Yeah, it was a B flat scale. I think that's what it was. That so much better by the end. Yeah. I did one Music Monday up at the piano. It's just I use my laptop camera for streaming, and so what I had done is we have this cart over here, um, and I took it upstairs. I just don't want to take the cart upstairs every time I do that, and my laptop and everything when well for a while my instruments were spread across the house, but now they've been in this room more so. Not just because I do Music Mondays in here, but I've been grabbing them just to play while I'm doing schoolwork. Like I've had my drone flute, I think it's the soprano recorder, and my D tin whistle right over here. But right now I have drone flute, soprano recorder, C tin whistle, 4-hole flute, and ocarina all right here. I got tin whistle and 2 harmonicas right here. And then, but like in general, I have 9 instruments within arm's reach when I'm sitting here at my office. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. It's fun to play. So the drone is like in with bagpipes. You have the drones, which are notes that are just constantly droning on. But this is in flute form. So you have basically two flutes glued together. And this maker, Blue Bear Flutes, Charlie Matutiela, he has a hole on the drone side, so you can actually get 2 or 3 notes out of the one side. Oh, 15 to 30 minutes earlier. I didn't see the 30 earlier. Yes. And so with the thumb hole shut, when you play it, this is a C, key of C, and then this one is not a drone, and this is key of G. They're actually minor pentatonic scales. So G minor pentatonic, C minor pentatonic. But yeah, so all with this on, it's the same as playing with all fingers down, and then you lift the thumb and it's playing this note. I get lost and I forget to breathe. I don't have any sheet music for this, so I just usually riff around and jam. I should try and learn Silent Night on it though. My mother-in-law keeps telling me I need to learn something on one of these so I can play it at church. And she suggested a Christmas song, and like I've seen Charlie Matutiello, the maker. He does a couple instructional videos on how to play certain songs and stuff, and he has one of Silent Night, but the lighting is bad. It's just he wanted it for that one darker. It was just him in front of a Christmas tree playing a wrapping paper tube flute that he had made. He took a tube, but I have. Oh, let's see here. You can't see it. Oh, you might be able to. Um, got some wrapping paper over there, but just Christmas wrapping paper. Took an empty tube and turned it into a flute. He's got amazing videos. That's awesome. I've been waiting for my mother-in-law to ask me to do a duet with her. She's a flautist, just a traditional common flute, silver flute, the concert flute, however you want to refer to that one. But me, I have a drone flute, I have an overtone flute, I have Native American flute, and then in Portuguese, this is the flauta doce, sweet flute. This is a tenor recorder. And then I have a 4-hole flute. I have an ocarina, which is also a vessel flute. So for me, I clarified because I know too much. But I've been waiting to be invited to play at church or for my mother-in-law to ask to do a duet with me. She plays duets with my wife all the time, which makes sense because they're mother and daughter, and my wife plays clarinet, which I have not learned to play. That's why it's not on my list, even though we have 3 clarinets in the house. And we have 4 recorders, 4 soprano recorders. I need to get another one for my youngest daughter, but she's still like 2 years away from learning. Yeah, I invite myself. But one day when they were practicing, I busted this out and was playing it a little bit and reading off their sheet music. and she said something about, maybe we should do a trio or duet, and I was like, I've been waiting. Yeah, there's actually a sea shanty that was AI made. That is, unfortunately, it sounds really good. Um, that is in the key of G minor, and so I've been when I found that song. I went down to the comments and like, oh, it's a shame it's AI. This would be so awesome, you know, with a real person doing it. And I was like, I could do that. I'm not exactly a singer, but I do enjoy singing. I don't think I sound good, but I do enjoy singing. And uh, I was thinking of doing the tin whistle for that, but then I found out what key it is, and it's G minor. And so I forgot what this one sounded like. It sounds so nice. Oh my goodness. But there's a riff or part of the melody is I tried it on this and I got close to it, but I need to practice. Yes, this thing, it's amazing. And my mother-in-law says a lot of the tone on all the instruments that she's heard me play. She's like, "Oh, you just have make such great tone on all of them." I was like, this one is really a lot with the maker, I think. Yeah. 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 And there is a Japanese instrument that I would love to play. I have decided I do not want to own one because I learned about all the maintenance and upkeep, and just out the door they're expensive. Um, but then it's just constant upkeep. Like you have to play it every day. It's the shamisen. I love the sound of the shamisen. Kubo and the Two Strings is claymation movie, has that in it. Oh, shamisen is awesome. Um, but it's just insane upkeep. Like it doesn't stay in tune even while you're playing. It'll come out of tune. So like you can, if you're watching like people play for a while, you'll see them reach up and tune the tuning pegs while they're playing. It's a three-string instrument. Um, and I skipped over that part, but yeah, it's a string instrument. It's a three-string instrument, um, and it's kind of like a banjo because it's got a stretched skin body. um, and but like it was, they were saying that once the strings get broken in, yeah, once the strings get broken in, it's very soon after that that they actually tend to snap, and so you just get to the point where you have a you know, chilling and vibing. You don't have to tune the strings every time you play. And then the strings snap, and you have to get new ones. Saw one being made on a YouTube short. Yeah, I went into a deep dive on like how to make them because I was like, could I make one? Because like I made this one. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the DigVid. It's been looping for a while. And I made another larger 4-hole flute that's a D minor pentatonic. And what is that here? Okay, cool. Windows capture. Let's go this one. But yeah, and like this here, the plectrum or the bachi in the Japanese, they're like $60 a pop, and they can break. And so like a banjo, it's got a removable bridge, and so you take the bridge out every time when you're done playing, and um, like you have to play it every day, otherwise, it just will break faster. And oh, whoa, wait, what is this? Holy cow! Look at that one. But I would love to play one, at least a little bit. Wow. But the neck here is actually 3 different pieces. It can come apart. Yeah, it's super demanding. I forget the name of the video that was talking about the shamasen's upkeep and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I don't want them. And they're like, hey, look, Kubo and the Two Strings. Oh, fantastic movie if you have not seen it. This guy right here, he has his YouTube channel, and he did, I guess, the shamisen for it. He played the shamisen. Anytime you hear it play, it was him. But he cranks out videos every couple days too. I think his name is Shamisen Demon is his channel name. But oh, it's fantastic. And so it's like $1,000 for a cheap shamisen, and then strings you got to replace every time. Like every couple months, I think it is. I forget specifics, but and the plectrum is $60. So anytime that breaks, you got to get a new one. But yeah, you take the bridge out every time when you're done playing it, and because like if you leave it in, it can like indent into the skin or something like that, and so that's you don't want that. um and it's just like it sounds so cool, and but the upkeep is just too much. There is a like a $60 cardboard one that I might get for a little bit, just to yeah, these are cheaper, but they the neck is much shorter and all of that. Yeah, I like guitar. Yeah, for years I said that string instruments don't like me because I tried a little bit to play them, and it just didn't click with my brain. And then we got my daughter a ukulele, and then she like didn't want it and was like in trouble and stuff, and so we were like, okay, um, you know, and then my son was like, oh, I want it, and so we're like, okay, you know what, here, it's yours now. And then I did what my and I should have done this with my daughter when we first got her the ukulele. What my father-in-law's father did is when because my father-in-law plays trumpet and trombone. But when he got started with trombone, his dad started playing too, and so they were learning together. And then my father-in-law just surpassed him, and so his father stopped playing. But when we gave the ukulele to my son, and when we moved here, I bought me a ukulele, and I made an unboxing video for this. I haven't done a review on it, but I want to do some modifications to it, and I want to get some new strings because I don't like. There's just minor things about these strings that I don't like. Like I feel they play too quiet. They have got seemed a little bit louder recently. But I want to get some new strings, and but my son was playing more, and we got a book, and he got through that book, and then he kind of just stopped playing. And right now his um, ukulele has a crack in the um, body right here. It's a very small one, and it's just kind of cracked a little bit. And I've looked into getting it repaired, like myself, fixing it. Oh, okay. But yeah, I said that string instruments didn't like me, so yeah. But I would riff around on guitar a little bit. I'd play this. Yeah, let's do it here. Let's just strum it. Elephant Gun, Beirut. I'll have to look that up. Just put it on the computer here. But what was frustrating about learning the ukulele for me was all this stuff on YouTube. It because what I like to do when I first get an instrument, most recent being the fife, I like to learn its bass scale. And so when I was learning the ukulele, I was looking for a concert C scale. But everyone's just talking about chords and strum patterns and stuff like that. And it took me forever to find something that taught the scale. There was I think there was one for the like a G minor pentatonic scale, which I don't remember. Um, and something that none of these videos say is each fret is a half step. So you have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, G, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C. And so it's like, yeah, you can do a chromatic scale like I just did on the C string. Or just like that. Once I understood that each fret is a half step, whoo, that really unlocked it for me. And I really like doing the drop tuning. Because when I learned about the open tuning or the drop tuning, where it's G, C, E, G, so the top and bottom strings are the same note. They were in that same video I learned about that. They're like, oh yeah, and then you just bar a fret, and it's a chord, and it goes up by the half step. So you have is it C chord, I think, D, C, C sharp, D, E, whatever it is, D sharp, E, F, and but then I got this. I have chord chart. I have 3 chord charts. These 2 are just the standard tuning. It's just on 2 pages. And then this one is for that G, C, E, G. But it only has C, D, E flat, E. Those are the only chords that it has as barred. It's probably because once you get above there, it starts being more in tune if you do where okay. Whoa. How do you do that one? Okay. I don't know. Pokecatch. Oh right. I'm at an hour. Over an hour. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, did I play longer? just to make sure. Uh, thank you. I really feel that I don't have my voice found for the ukulele, my style. It just doesn't feel like I'm really doing much yet. So what I should do is scales on ukulele. So it was funny because I found and printed off this major scale sheet because I don't have any scale sheets. And then I was looking through my music a couple of weeks ago, and I found like 4 different scale sheets. Yeah, well, thank you very much. I like I said, once I got the C scale and the fact that each fret is a half step, and I've got a couple chords. You got C, you got E minor, F, A minor, G, and this one is G7. I've got a few chords down. I haven't really learned any music, any songs, other than or what is it? Just some of the basic stuff. But I do like just jamming around with all of these instruments. I'm gonna go ahead and blast the dig real just for a short second. Um, uh, but it took a little bit of a drop the other day, so the mouthpiece got a little bit weird. But I really want to start like composing something and get something going with all of this. Or find someone to compose something that I could learn. baseball season. I'm excited. Oh, collab. That'd be fun. um, do you have a Discord or anything? That'd probably be the easiest way. Or Instagram, or email. You can email this account. It's the Professor's Review. I think there's the apostrophe in there. Professor has two F's. Um, but yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, I don't know. I'm either tired or lightheaded. Maybe both. But that'd be interesting. Oh, Warhammer. I have had a mild interest in Warhammer since I was young. I was over at my cousin's house and they had their table set up, and I was like, "Oh, that's super cool." You're using measuring tapes and forms and stuff to it's the Professor 333, Professor with two F's, just like in my YouTube name. And yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I gotta stop soon. I'm just starting to. Of course, I I don't judge. I try not to, at least. But I've really been trying to decide what to do with my life. I'm in my mid-30s, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with my life? But I've been doing school for past like 2 years. No, 2.5, 3 years. 2.5 years. Two S's also. Two F's, two S's. But yeah, all together just like that. Um, but I'm going to school for wildlife conservation. But I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I've just been suffering with the classes. I haven't, and so but and that music has really been calling me, like um October of 24. Sweet. I was just yeah, you're welcome. October of 24, I was trying to sit down. Don't lie. Um, I was trying to sit down and do some schoolwork, but all I could think about doing was playing music. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I just want to play music or make an instrument or research how to make an instrument. At that time, I was looking into making a lyre. I still want to make a lyre or get a lyre kit or just a lyre. Um, oh, interesting. Um, but I there's a chance I could be a music teacher at my kid's elementary school. I think I really could do instrument repair. Like, I wouldn't repair a customer's instrument like this unless they were totally okay with it. But I had a massive crack in this, and I repaired it. Um, and this, I thought it had a crack in it, but wasn't sure. And then I pulled it out of the glove box yesterday, and I was like looking at it. And I was like, okay, yeah, this does have a crack for sure. But it's right on the sound edge and just up here, the fipple area. And so it the upper octave plays pretty okay, but like it's got some jankiness to it. But I think for that, I'm just gonna take the mouthpiece off and put some super glue in there. CAC is a UK business structure. Oh, interesting. I need to remember to take off that heart thing. I need to turn that off. But Trail private enterprise. Okay. Interesting. That's cool. But um or maybe, private instrument instruction or, private music lessons. But I've been thinking I want to do something with music. But I'm also, halfway through my wildlife conservation program and just I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, if you sent the friend request, or found me or anything like that, I'll be able to message you and stuff and get that started. Um, I and like with the ukulele, the harmonica, I still feel I haven't gotten my vibe with it yet. Music with wildlife conservation, that would be interesting. I'd have to think long and hard about how to do that, but I think I'll play a little bit of the ocarina and then go. I don't know if I'm going to take a nap or do my plan. What I had was to go and help pack my mom up because my mom's moving this weekend. And so I need to help get her packed. But and my wife is awake right now. I hope I didn't wake her up. Nice little ditty. Ended on a good note. So, forest school musical lessons. That would be fun. The nearest, well, there is a woods. I wouldn't exactly call it a forest, but there's a woods just to the south of us. But I live in the middle of farmland, Montana. So the nearest forest is like 3 hours away. But thank you for being with me the whole time. I think it was Poetic Sun. But I'm gonna get going. We'll see you around on the interwebs, and I want you to have a fantastic day. Now, how do I end the stream? Where's the button? There it is. And there's